All right, class. Actually, to begin, if you wouldn't mind just going to get a pen or a pencil from your backpack, just hold on to it if you can. We're going to be using that towards the end of our assessment, which I'll be handing out. I'll just hand these out now.
Quick. Time is running.
Unprepared, -5. Oh, man. Thank you, sir. All right, so today, class, we are going to be we're following with our soccer lesson. As you guys already know, some basic skills of soccer. Now we're going to be focusing on kicking, but we are focusing on kicking at a higher level. We're going to be kicking some balls that are rolling towards us or that are bouncing towards us. Some applications for this: if it's a bouncing ball, you kind of want to get under it, so you're going to clear the ball. You know, if you're on defense, you're trying to just clear it out. And what we're going to think of as the rolling passes. You can think of it as either taking a shot or passing it as well. So we have 5 different stations. We're going to be splitting you guys up. The cones indicate the holes in the goal, and we're just going to use the top of like the ring or the padding as the top of the goal. And that's going to be our high or low line. So for right now, we just want to get you guys warmed up. So pair up into twos. We're going to have 2 groups of 3. Find a station and just kind of work on some kicking. You in your own head can plan high or low, but just kind of get familiar with kicking again. We'll just get you warmed up like that, and then I'll show you guys the next part of the lesson. All right? Just find a partner. It's going to be groups of 2 and then a group of 3.
Stay here or find a station?
Find a station, yeah.
We'll go right here.
Yeah, so if you guys want to do a group of 3 over on the ends here, that'll work. We also have different lengths for the popping spots. Those are varied distances, so you can kind of see where is a comfortable distance for you using those. This lesson, while we have you paired up with a partner, from the 3 different distances, you're going to be taking 6 shots at each distance, and your partner is going to be either rolling you the ball or bouncing it to you. And like I said, some of the cues that we want to focus on, we're trying to get under the ball. We want to have our toes pointed out. We want to have the proper angle of our foot to get under the ball if we're trying to get a high shot. We want to have the proper angle if we're going low as well. We want proper force, and I want to see you guys stepping into the kick. That also, depends on how hard you're trying to kick it. So like I said, we're going to be going 3 different distances. You and your partner will alternate, rolling or bouncing it to them, and try to pick a spot high or low, and we're going to start with that. All right? Any questions? Okay.
I think we're just doing this.
Right now, just like one pack. Mine is going to be rolling the ball and bouncing.
Okay. So proficiency level. It involved an unpredictable situation. More than likely involves gameplay. Here, the fact that you have a roller That's a very controlled situation, and the ball is coming rolled by a partner to them, so that is predictable. So that by itself cancels the proficiency level. This is more a control level slash perhaps utilization. I just don't see the combination here. You can argue that it would be a dynamic ball. It's not static when it comes to you. And at the same time, you're dealing with levels, but it's not a proficiency. It's more utilization. I would say because of the concept of high and low. So this is a utilization level type of activity. The teachers did not emphasize the use of the peer assessment as their coaching point. So in a peer assessment, you have to make sure that each one gets to coach each other. They're going to be providing feedback to each other. So that needed to be emphasized at the very beginning, and that's what the motivation from the teacher comes from. So far, I'm hearing Rich talking. I don't hear Michael talking that much. Perhaps he have said a few words to one group or something, but that's pretty much it. What else? Everybody's just, it's not necessarily station, it's just that, you can call it stations, but it's not station teaching. It's just that that's how the organization in the court is all about.
All right, class, we're going to come back in. We're going to go over what the assessment sheet is that you guys will be filling out now.
Okay. Okay, so let's see if he treats it as an assessment per se, or is it just going to be the formative assessment, which means that is
All right, so now if
role.
you look at your assessment sheet, you're going to look at the cues. If they point towards the proper angle, you're going to check yes or no. If they use proper force, you're going to check yes or no. And then if they use step into kick, you're going to check yes or no. So for the first, you're going to alternate. So for the first kick, you're going to, I think it's bounce, and then it's rolling, and you're going to alternate between the two.
So for the bouncing, what we're looking for, every time it's a bounce, we want you to hit it on the high level. If it's a rolling, we want you to keep it low. So we're still working on our accuracy there. And like I said, you can think of it that you're clearing it out or that you're taking a shot. So we're keeping it within the goal lines. And yeah, so you and your partner, I know the groups of three will just kind of alternate between partners for that, for the assessment. And like I said, we want to keep our toes pointed out, use a proper angle, and we want to see you step into that kick, all right? Any questions? All right, get to it, guys.
So we're writing the assessment now?
Yeah, now you're actually going to be filling out the assessment.
Yeah, we're over here.
Okay, so again, it's just the utilization level per group that they're using, but also treating the peer assessment. Yes, it's an assessment, but at the same time it's peer assessment, so it's formative. Formative in the sense that they're talking to each other. They're trying to improve. They're going to tell each other what else they need to do in order to be better in the next attempt, or with a given critical element that is at the top of that list. So that's how you need to treat that. I did see that Michael did provide some descriptions on the assessment. I think it was clear. I hear that Rich is still talking to them. So, Richard is talking to them, which is okay, but for the strategy per se, the role of the teacher is to encourage the coach, quote unquote coach, to provide accurate feedback. So proficiency level, how to maybe make this a little bit more, increase the level of proficiency. Since everybody's doing the same thing, I would have like this 3 different stations, right? So for example, providing this station right here, they will be approaching the goalie, they will be approaching it by passing, dribbling and passing towards the goalie. So they will need ample space to get there. So for example, this group right here will be all the way to this point here, passing, 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 and when they get to a certain point, then they perform the kick. And the kick again can be asked to be low or high. Could be that the last pass, in order to provide for the ease of how the ball is going to travel, it could be a pass that is kind of bouncy, or it's a little bit aerial, or just a complete grounded pass. And then of course shoot on the spot. That would increase it to proficiency. Not necessary to have a tosser in there. And of course, based on the process, the group talk to each other. It could be that one is just going to be, it could be both. It doesn't have to be just the one providing the feedback. So that's what the teacher needs to do, to encourage the coach or the feedback provider to be accurate about what they're saying. And that's what the coach looks for. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes.
All right, guys, let's start it. Get going. Hold on another 30 seconds. Sorry about that. Oh, you're good. All right, guys, let's bring it in. Need a bit longer? One more, yeah, go for it. We should have rolled it, we rolled it as a quarterback. Yeah.
Oh, give it back.
Everyone, do you need to do a whole other first thing?
We'll do it though.
I know, that's why it's like you feel like you got some tight down here, because we're like trying to kick the ball around. All right, class, bring it in. Just gonna wrap it up for you. Come on over.
All right, so what are some cues me and Rich used throughout the lesson?
Step into
Point your
the
toe,
kick.
step into the kick. Look at your target. Look at your target.
Proper force.
And you guys found that those were helpful for the activity?
Yes.
You need to vary the force if we're going high, if we're going low, the angle at which you're going to be pointing your toes. How did everybody do in their peer assessment sheet?
Did you feel like you guys were honest with each other?
Yep. Yeah. All right.
That's it.
All right. Good job today, class. Good job.